What's up, Virgo? Welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless reading for you on love and money, starting with career and money, then moving on to love. If you've never been to my channel before, I really appreciate you taking a second to see if it's a fit. I like to pray for all y'all, so simply say hi in the comments section or even leave an emoji, something that represents your energy that we can all focus on, because everybody's encouraged to pray for each other. It lifts us up, it lifts you up, it's all good. We're going to start with the Mudra Oracle deck. This will give you kind of a physical prayer to do with your hands as well as an affirmation. I love to start the readings this way because it gives you something to do with your hands while you're listening to the reading. Unless you're driving. Don't do this if you're driving. Hands on the wheel. Okay, so this is the mudra. Self-esteem. I am true to myself. And it goes on to say, I am valuable and good just as I am. I make my contribution to the benefit of all. Boy, isn't that a Virgo statement? I make my contribution to the benefit of all. And this is how you do it. You interlace your ring and your middle finger on top of the other one. And then you just touch all the other fingers. So pinky touching, pointer finger touching, and then thumb touching. And that is the meaning of this, the physical meaning. I am a child of the universe, and this gives me the right to receive love and respect, to be successful and contented. I treat myself accordingly, making demands upon myself and indulging my needs with a good sense of balance. I stand up for myself, and if need be, I am my own support and advocate. I love myself even when I have not earned love, for then my need is greatest. Nobody is perfect. Oh, Virgo, they said it. You can now take a deep breath of relief. It turns out nobody's perfect. This whole time, Virgo, you've been going for perfection. And my weaknesses and faults, I hope you're smiling. And my weaknesses and faults are like doors which open up into new worlds as soon as I have discarded the part of them which is negative and a hindrance. So you look out with your mind's eye upon a wild and colorful landscape in your imagination. Each plant and each animal has its value and makes its contribution to the health and harmony of the whole community. That is cool. Self-esteem mudra. I make my contribution to the benefit of all. All right, you guys, getting right into career and money. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. Thank you so much, you guys. It's like the best way to support the channel is just telling the algorithm that it's worth people's time. All right, Virgo. We start out with reciprocity. We start out with generosity with the Six of Pentacles. We're going to get a couple more on the table before I start yapping and unpack them, but I like this so far. It's a time of open-mindedness, of possibility, and of action. You're entering this time. I'm going to unpack it a little bit more. We only take the cards that fly out for you. They have to choose you. Page of Wands. We don't force anything. This is a living, breathing conversation. Ooh, cool. There's an opportunity you don't see coming. I love those. And then we have, wow, I like it. This is cool. Page of, boy, oh boy. It's like strap yourself in. I hope you got your running shoes because you've got a lot of action. Fast moving energy, Chariot card. Okay, let me just stop there. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Pentacles. This can even be like looking at your calendar and shifting things around, reprioritizing things and stuff. So one more actually for our sixes. So we've got the Six of Cups right now. We have, you're in a time that I wouldn't be surprised 10 years, 15 years down the road, there's going to be things that unfold from this period of time that you're seeing this video. There's going to be some things that you will look back and remember. You're going to be actively making some memories. This is a good time with family. If you've got kids, this is, you're entering a time of deep connection. We do have an interesting contrasting energy here, which is the Three of Swords. And so I would say here's the contradiction. There's so much that is good right now in your life. Be wary of BS that can throw you off. And that's going to be BS that you see on social media, gossip. It's going to be stuff, not fully formed information. So Page of Swords. So be discerning about what information you let in, whether it's news or it's people yipping, I don't even know what I just said, but talking, because it doesn't have, that could be the one thing that all this energy is so good. That could be the one thing that kind of throws you off. Like so-and-so did this or said that, or even your social media streams, like, remember your self-esteem card, for God's sakes, right? Because you've got some really good things here. You've got some celebrations, some gatherings, making memories. You've got generosity coming your way, reciprocity, people giving to you, possibly time with family. So this is your career reading, right? And so why is family entering the picture? I wouldn't be surprised if you're somehow getting help or collaborating with friends to support you. Some aspect of work. We have at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. So if you've been manifesting, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you got some, support, from your friends and stuff to basically, it feels like supporting you in the long run around your goals financially, supporting you, lending some. There might even be kind of, yeah, I'm going to come back to that. Very interesting. So it almost feels like an outside embrace for what you're trying to actually get done. So that means that it's apparent to others that you have something to get done. And that's where the rest of your reading takes place. We have kind of an energy coming towards you, a creative endeavor, most likely with the Knight of Cups. This is something that will make you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, and it's going to be met with great enthusiasm. Open-mindedness is key, your energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of that fake it till you make it attached to this. So it's going to be something that it's an offer that lands in your lap that requires the enthusiasm of someone who didn't see it coming, in a sense. Your enthusiasm and your open-mindedness is going to help you with this. Anything else? Yeah. So you have two knights coming towards you. You got the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So this is creative, and it's like the creativity, the inspiration, the spark, and the glory come first. The money's a little slower. So I don't know if that's because you get paid afterwards or if it's like you have to prove yourself first, but it's an opportunity nonetheless. This is where things get exciting. There is an opportunity. Ace of Wands is like this gift that lands in your lap. Wands is so packed full of passion and enthusiasm. This is most likely got an action attached to it, whether it's travel or it's just like you gotta jump on this when you get the opportunity, as soon as it shows up on your doorstep, so to speak. Because just like you strike a match and there's that plume of flame and energy, it will go out if you don't feed it, right? So this opportunity will go away if you don't feed it. I don't think that you see this coming with the Moon card. It's veiled until it's boom, right there. It's going to be very exciting because it marks the end of something. And it's truly an ending so that new things, new influences, new people, new opportunities can come in. So don't be surprised at the same time as this opportunity lands, you've got to say goodbye to something else, okay? Don't be surprised because it's making room for this, and it's being, it's a very delightful energy. This is a really good energy. So some of you guys will be really glad to see whatever this is go. Maybe it was an old job. Maybe it was an old stage in life. Maybe you have to make some adjustments in order to take advantage of this opportunity. again, be aware that it might be a surprise. It might just land on your lap all of a sudden. And again, it comes back to kind of this enthusiasm and this sense of purpose and creativity. We've got, again, this surprise, delightful energy. And I think you're going to jump on it. It looks really positive. I think that's why you're getting support from your community or your friends, maybe even some celebrations, because I think you have to make new plans with this. The Two of Wands is like, okay, readjusting. You're maybe hitting pen to paper and making to-do lists and all that. And it's all very fast moving. It's super exciting. So congratulations. Jump on this. I have no doubt that you will. And of course, it doesn't surprise me that you got the self-esteem. It's kind of like, let these good things come to you. I'm going to gather these up and we're going to get right into love for you. Love that for you. That is so cool. Love for my Virgos. Love for my Virgos. Make sure they're upright. We have two that flew out, so I always use the one to clarify the other. We got two major ones. These are major arcanas. There's only 22 in a deck. And we start with the World card. And she was naked. I hope that algorithm doesn't kill me for that. And then as much as I love the original deck, unfortunately, YouTube makes us kind of cross out the cards. And Temperance. So this is transformation. This is distance. Sometimes some of you guys will be traveling. Some of you guys will be are in long distance relationships. The World card talks about the closing of an old chapter and the beginning of a new one, but in a really positive light. I encourage you to Google the World card. This is a transformation though. So there's something that's going on that has to do with being influenced further outside of what you're typically influenced by. So that's why travel comes into play. Sometimes these are people who are different from you or culturally different from you. More on that. One sec. For Virgos. Clarity on the Fool in reverse. The Sun card. I like seeing that Sun card come out for you. Queen of Swords. There's a card that's acting funny here. Hermit. That's your card. It was turned backwards in the deck. Okay. We have a lot of practical energy coming out in your love reading. We've got King and Queen of Swords. And King and Queen of Swords are not emotional. They're working from a more strategic, analytical place of this has to happen, this shouldn't happen, these are boundaries, this is truth, kind of. Anything else? Double. So you're being very practical in love, Virgo. You're being very practical in love. And I think you're being very aware of what would be a fool's errand. What would be foolish? What would be maybe, because we have the Fool card upside down, okay? So if you are met with any opportunities in love that seem a little outrageous or a little, gullible, then I think you're actually very responsibly going to meet it with this meditative card, a card of the Four of Swords. So you might not be super verbal about it. A lot of that is going to be your inner judgment of a situation. You're hell-bent on being happy, and that's what you're going to be. We have the Eight of Swords, though, and this talks about self-limiting beliefs or thoughts. And I want to unpack that a little bit for you with a different deck here. So, a lot of practical energy, a lot of independent energy. The Nine of Pentacles is here. What's this Eight of Swords? The Judgment card. I think you're aware right now, especially with these huge expansive cards starting out your love reading, that there is I feel like expansion, transformation, possibly travel and distances are all knocking on your door. This is really huge energy when it comes to love. So maybe some of you guys have been thinking really big, or somebody else is out there with an idea or a possibility that is just really big and expansive, where love is involved. Even online dating can be like that, right? But you are being very practical. And I think you know that this isn't to be taken lightly. You don't want to be gullible. You don't want to slip off that edge. See that little dog? He's yapping at his feet. This is a really positive card, the Fool card. But when it's upside down, we have to consider the dangers of being naive, right? He could just walk right off of this cliff because he's looking up all starry-eyed up at the sky, and here's that dog who's warning him. So that's kind of you. You are playing both the Fool and the dog, so to speak. And you've got this very responsible, deep, and meditative and intuitive energy coming through. I think there's I don't feel like you don't feel like you can trust this. Like, you've got the Eight of Swords, which is, there's a limitation in what you believe about this, right? That's why she's blindfolded. Now, the truth is, behind this card, she has the power to take that blindfold off because she's not actually bound. It's her belief that she is, right? But within this belief, it feels that there could be deception. There could be some really big changes that would be attached to the gullibility. So that's why it makes so much sense. Now we've got all the swords. We've got the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. We have a very practical, analytical side coming out. And it's not just you. It could be another individual that it's coming out with mutually. There's the Independent card, being very happy. I think that a lot of the Virgos that I'm talking to, they know, I'll stay right here. I know that I'm happy here. I know that, I know where this is and I know where that is. And I'm not going to do the Fool card upside down. I'm not going to go into some naive, gullible fool's errand or adventure and accidentally fall off a cliff. So we do have the Six of Cups. Again, that was over in your work reading too. And the Six of Cups, again, you've got double Nine of Pentacles. So this is you. Six of Cups can talk about family, memories, nostalgia, children, and you've got a very independent vibe with all of this. We have the Devil card here, which is talking about patterns. And it talks about the illusion of being stuck with something. And this is kind of apathy, disinterest. What is this? Queen of Swords. There's a contradiction going on here. It's really interesting. Maybe you can shed some light on it, Virgo. We've got the Queen of Swords, who's somebody who draws boundaries. They're all about truth, getting down to the bottom of it, being really clear communicators. And then we have Ace of Swords, which is upside down. And so there's a truth that wants to make it out. Oh, that is, the plot thickens. There's a truth that wants to make itself known. There's epiphany that has yet to... What is this Ace of Swords upside down? Eight of Swords. You got all these swords. Analyzing in your head, self-limiting thoughts. So while we've got Queen of Swords energy, somebody who always wants to get down to the bottom of it, we also have a message, a limitation in what, see the contradiction? In what truth she's going to be allowed to see, because we've got you blindfolded right here. It's around a disinterest. So if this is ringing a bell, but you're not quite sure what the hell I'm saying, then join the club. No, I'm just kidding. It has something to do with this disinterest, this apathy, this rejection, and I'm curious if a lot of you guys relate to this, like this has happened before, because the Devil card talks about addictions, patterns, or behavioral cycles that don't really serve us. So it might be triggered by the future. It might be triggered by this Fool, this opportunity, or the idea of new love or the idea of expansion, because this is such expanded energy. This is transformation and popping off with new chapters beginning and possible travel and all that. And then we've got like a very opposite contracted energy, and it has something to do with, like, look, he's not even looking at the cup that's being offered to him. He's looking down at the ground like, whatever, I'll pass. There'll be another opportunity later. And the thing is we've got this Eight of Swords coming out, this analytical Eight of Swords, and this Ace is upside down. So this is usually an epiphany, realization, a big message that comes through, but it's not coming through. It's being silenced. It's being blindfolded. It's being muffled. Contradiction is the Queen of Swords, who's a boundary. She creates boundaries. Maybe she's like, I don't want to be messed with. I don't want to look at this. Maybe because of heartache. Maybe you're getting tested, but you've hit the limits. There's something like I think this expansive energy it's too much. Page of Swords, more swords, more swords. Wheel of Fortune. So the things will turn around. There'll be a natural timing for this. There is a natural timing right now, but I think you're safeguarding. You're very much in your own energy. You're doing your own thing. The Nine of Pentacles. You're focused on the task at hand. You're like digging your own time, really. And what's this King of Wands? Because there's a character here. There's a lot of sunlight, happiness with this King of Wands. What is this King of Wands? Tower card. Tower card is an event that you don't have a lot of control of. Closing up a chapter. This could be an energy that's outside of you. Could have been an old relationship. Could be a fire sign. Could be somebody who's good looking, showy, confident. But either way, while there's a lot of happiness attached here, there's also a Tower card. Tower card represents those events that are somewhat out of your control. You can only go along with them. So I hope that is helpful for you. Sending you off with love and light. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.